Hi guys, so are you? Someone here with a new video, and today I filmed this tutorial on this look which only contained W7 makeup products. So I only used makeup products from the brand W7, and it's a very inexpensive budget brand. Some products I really enjoyed, some products I not so much, but overall I think the look turned out fine. And I was a little bit rushed in the video because I think when I film this lighting will be darker than the video will start because it was really sunny outside, and now the sun is beginning to disappear. So I hope you will like this video anyway. So in advance I will apologize for the bad lighting, but I did enjoy filming this video and hopefully you will like it too. So if you would like to see me only using W7 makeup products, then please keep on watching. So the first thing I did was to apply a primer to my face, and I used this one, which is the W7 Prime Magic Camera Ready. This is the first time I have ever applied this to my skin, and I have to say it feels pretty good. I've ordered two foundations, the photo shoot one, which I've heard a lot of good reviews on. Sadly, this was not in stock in my color on both the websites where I did order. So I also ordered this one, which is called Singing in the Rain, which is a waterproof one, and this is in the color Buff, so it's the lightest one. It says that you have to shake it well. So I'm actually going to mix these two today. To apply the foundation, I'm going to use this kind of beauty blender, and this one is also actually from W7. Don't remember what this was called. I'm gonna write in the description box what it was called. Something Power Puff, I think it was called. So I will just apply this to my face. I do think that the foundation does look nice on the skin. It makes my skin look nicer. However, I don't feel like it doesn't have that big, it doesn't have like full coverage. I would say like light to medium coverage, I would say. The sponge, I'm not a big fan. I think it's a little bit too hard. I wish it was a little bit softer, but it does do the job. I mean, it's not a bad sponge, it's just I've tried better sponges. Then moving on to concealer, the one I ordered is called Skin Fresh Concealer, and this is in the color Fair. So we're just gonna take my finger and start with under eye. Well, sorry about my chipped nails. I need to fix them. I'm going to fix them today. I'm not a super fan of this concealer. I just feel like it wasn't as covering as I wish it would be. I feel like I can still, like my lines are pretty visible. I don't feel like it covered my dark circles. I had quite dark circles today. And I just feel like they kind of sip into my lines under my eyes a little, so I don't think this is the best concealer. So the powder I have is called Puff Perfection All-in-One Cream Powder Compact, and this is in the color Fair. And to apply it, I am going to use my Real Techniques powder brush. This is only a video using their makeup products and not their brushes. They have brushes as well, but I just felt like I didn't want to order brushes. I just feel like I don't really need them. Now I'm going to do a little bit of contouring, and I bought this contour stick, and this is in the color Natural, I think. Yeah, Natural, because this came in different colors. I think this was the second to lightest. So you have the contour on the side and you have the highlight on the other side. I have tried this one before and I liked it, except the staying power was not very good. So I have to warn you about this one. The staying power wasn't very good. But I am going to use it because this is a video only using W7 products. Some people do shadows here, some people don't. I like to do that when I do contouring. It's not very often I do contour. Most times I just do a very simple contouring on my cheeks. But then you have the highlight side. So now I have to blend all of this out. I just think that the color is a little bit orange as well on this contour, but I love the highlight. I think that's really pretty, the highlight part of the pen. Just sad it doesn't last the whole day. And this time for the cheeks, and I'm going to use this little W7, the Cheeky Trio. It's a really pretty packaging. I really like the colors of this, like pink and gold. It's really pretty. When you open it up, you have 3 colors. You have a highlight, a blush, and a bronzer. So I'm going to take my angled blush brush from e.l.f. and I'm going to use the bronzer. And then taking the blush. Then the highlight. I have to say the highlight hardly shows up. It kind of doesn't have any shimmer or anything to it. So I feel like it's better under the eyes for highlighting there. For like setting the concealer than anything else, because it doesn't really have much shimmer at all. Moving on to eyebrows, I have this pencil which is called Super Brows. I think this is also in the color blonde, so I'm just gonna apply that. So then I'm going to move on to the eyes. I'm going to use this palette, which is in the buff one. I have done a video on this before. This is definitely a dupe for the Naked 2 palette. So if you want to know more about this being a dupe and see them side by side, go and check out my other video. I can link it in the bottom bar below if you're interested to see that, this compared to Naked 2 palette. So, but I'm going to do just a quick little look. So this is what the palette looks like. So I'm just going to take the lightest, a little bit more shimmery color and put it in the inner corners of my eyes. And I'm going to take just the kind of golden color. I'm going to take an eye crease brush from e.l.f. and I'm going to take this color right there and a little bit of the ones beside it in the crease. Out. Not my best look, but I'm really stressed because it got so dark. And then I'm gonna use the King Kohl liner and just line the waterline and the tight line. And then the W7 II Captain liquid eyeliner. Like this liner, I think the brush tip was a little bit too hard for my taste. I think it was a little bit hard to do a wing with it because I felt like it was a little bit hard. But the liner itself, I just felt it wasn't too wet and it wasn't too dry. So I like the formula of this liner a lot. But otherwise, I think it's an okay liner. If it doesn't smudge and if it dries fast, then this is going to be a really good cheap liner, I think. You see, my line is very messy today, but I feel like now I am stressing everything because of the sun. I'm a little bit scared that it's gonna be super dark soon because it's already darker now than it was when I started filming. Next step in any makeup look now would be mascara, and I have the Flirty Eyes from W7 False Lash Effect Mascara. I feel they had quite a few different ones, but I always like mascaras that are false lash effect ones, so I'm gonna see if this one is a good one. This is the brush. I'm actually already quite liking this, so we'll see. I think it did add some length, but not enough. I think it's an okay mascara. I'm gonna say I think it's good enough in everyday wear. It's not like a super bad mascara, but it's not like it's not too exciting. I would give this like a 3 out of 5. So it's an okay one, but I've had so much better mascaras before. So moving on to the last things are lips. I did order 3 lip products. I ordered this very nude lip twister liner, which I'm going to put onto my lips. But I couldn't find a nude lipstick or a nude lip gloss. So I had to order pink, and they were a lot more pink than I like. These are the kind of colors that are not my favorite, but we're gonna try and make this work. So I'm going to start by applying the lip liner. I don't see any problem with this lip liner. It felt like it was really easy to apply. It is a pretty color and it was easy to apply. I love that it's a twist up and you don't have to sharpen it. I have a really pink gloss, which is called Super Pout One Swoop Volume Lip Gloss. Volume Lips. And then this is called Butter Kiss Lipstick. And it's very pink and in the color Candy Floss. I'm going to just dab some on and see what that will look like. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to apply it to my hand. See, it's a very pink color. And then take my finger and try to dab it on the lips. Actually looks pretty nice. I have to say, now I am quite happy with it. So yes, because I have ordered it, I am going to apply the gloss as well, but just in very small amounts, otherwise I think it's gonna ruin the lip color I got. You see the applicator, it's crazy big, and that's what it looks like. The finished look, I'm gonna zoom you guys in so you can see how this full face W7 makeup tutorial turned out. So I think the brow turned out good. I mean, it's hard to mess up a brow product in my opinion. The lips, it's not my favorite, but I think combining all the three products made a kind of pretty color, I have to say. I could maybe, if I stayed off the gloss, it would be even better. The eyeshadow is really good. If you watch my other video where I compared it to the Naked 2 palette, you will see this is a really good quality palette, so I have nothing to complain about. That primer felt really nice on the face. So I'm going to try this with all my foundations, and if this is a good primer, I will definitely continue buying this because it's really inexpensive and I just really love the way it felt on my skin. Like actually nothing feels like uncomfortable on my skin, everything feels really nice, and I think this base was really good. So I'm gonna give this one a thumbs up, even that I don't know how well it lasts under. And I have actually tried this foundation before this video and I did like it. Even though it's not as much coverage as I might want, I still think it evens out the skin tone pretty nicely. So I feel like these three are like the best products in this video. Yeah, so this was W7 full face tutorial / first impressions on a few products I haven't tried before. I hope you did enjoy this video and I hope I will see you in my next one. Bye!